So I get the exciting part to talk to you about the top 5 reasons why your employees are leaving you. And then I'm going to give you some ideas on what exactly you can do about it. So does this slide look familiar? Do we have a rotating door of employees coming in and out? Well, the nation does. As a matter of fact, on average, the United States suffers about 28% turn every year. In retail, it's 34.7. And in wireless, we're topping almost 42%. Well, what does that mean? Well, what that means is that if an average employee, by the time we expense training him, hiring him, finding him, exactly, and the probationary period, on average, we have somewhere invested between $8,000 and $15,000. So if you're a retailer with 100 employees, you're suffering 40% turn. You're going to jam every year about $218,000 to $512,000 in unproductive revenue. Here's the big question. What if you could take a portion of that you're blowing out the back door and invest it in the development of your associates? All right, because we know that developed associates deliver a better customer experience. That's that wow factor that we're here to learn today. So we're going to go through Letterman style here, the top 5 reasons why they're leaving you. And the first one is, hey, there's too much job stress, or we like to call drama. So what's an idea? Well, an idea for you is to understand the dynamics of your teams. You know, have you ever heard, can't we all just get along? Well, the reality is we can if we're all kind of like each other. So if you had a system that would actually tell you the behavioral traits of your teams, and if you already knew that information, and as you bring people on to your new team, and you discover their behavioral traits, you think you might be able to stop a train wreck before it happens? I mean, have we ever done that? Hired someone that we would think was going to be absolutely stellar, we put him into a great store, and all of a sudden erupts chaos. We lose productivity, and typically what happens, the wrong person ends up leaving, all right? So the solution then is to understanding those team dynamics prior to hiring. What's the next reason? Well, number 4, they can't stand their boss. Or what I think it is they don't like authority. Well, here's the solution. What if we interview them based on work ethic, reliability, and integrity values? Folks, let me tell you something. If someone's going to come to work for you who won't show to work on time, is going to lie to you, going to lie to your customers, and won't work with your management, they're really not going to help you at all. But here's some of the things that we're seeing as a problem. Our interviewing practices are casual at best. Most of our interviews come down to what I like to call the stimulus effect, or the visual stimulus effect. But what if we did a little different than that? What if we knew their integrity, their values, how they're going to work, and are they going to show up on time? And before we met them, we understood some areas that we had to question. And what if our question on day 1, instead of, well, tell me why you want to work here. What's that 5-year plan? What's that favorite sports team? What subject you like in school? All those crummy questions that we're asking right now. What if we said, so tell me, why on one of my surveys did you say that sometimes it's okay to steal from others? What if we asked them, tell me in my survey why you said that you would characterize the last relationship you had with your last boss as fair? Why not awesome? And what if we could say, tell me, why on my survey did you indicate there's a possibility you might leave within a year? What would be that trigger? Reason number 3, the opportunity knocked, or the grass was actually greener on the other side. Here's the problem with good salespeople. In our business, they're in front of all of our customers, and our great people get picked off. Why? Because business folks are smart. And when they can see someone who is doing a little bit better than they are, it's not that hard to pick off our people. What's worse is our B2B candidates. We think our B2B reps are going out there and actually selling. No, they're on mini interviews all day long. All right? So what happens? How do we solve this one? Well, the solution is we create success benchmarks for succession. What if you knew exactly what it took in your business to be a top-performing sales rep, top-performing store manager, top-performing district manager, admin, whatever? And as you hire and bring people on, you're looking at how their characteristics and traits work with that benchmark. Onboarding becomes something totally different. On day one, as somebody has won the coveted position to work with you, here's what your first conversation might be like. Congratulations, Brad. We're glad that you're with us. You've won the position. And I want to tell you that you are a great candidate and you scored very well within our system. However, we also noticed that you scored exceptionally well to be one of our store managers or possibly a district manager. And so we now have our eye on you. So let's see what you can do. How does this one look? Now, this may be for all of our back office people. The second reason they're leaving you is because they feel they're absolutely stretched to the limit. Well, what happens? So because we are in wireless and we tend to be somewhat greedy, we want every single position to be money-producing positions. So where we could, we hacked and we slashed, meaning we have HR staffs of 2 trying to manage 1,000 employees. That's very difficult. But what if we equip them with the right tools to get the job done? This is the sales managers in here. This is the tool they use. They use a sledgehammer with their sales team every morning. I think that's in Pierce Wireless's group over there. What if on this? What if on your onboarding it could be all digitized? If you have multiple locations, there are systems out there that we can actually digitize your entire onboarding packet. Talk about saving time, energy, and resources. Now your people can stop chasing signatures and start doing things that are the most important, developing your associates. So for those of you in this position, imagine this. Your new hire actually comes in on day one, sits at a terminal, fills out all of their paperwork online in a fraction of the time. And when they hit submit, if there are things they've missed, it stops and says, you have to answer these questions. Then when they hit submit, it automatically routes to where they have to go. Oh my gosh, payroll actually gets the information the first day? Wow. Oh wait, the I-9 is now e-verified and audited? Phenomenal. We're not chasing signatures, and all of our associates are now loaded so we can see them any way we want to. And finally, and this is the big one here, number one reason why people leave or are leaving you right now is they were underemployed, or better yet, mismanaged. What if you could create an inventory of your talent, and you know everyone's strengths and weaknesses, and you understand that maybe this person isn't meant out to be a sales rep, but instead he should be in our admin, or they should be on our phones in our triage department. Well, what this solution will do is actually tell you what those places are, who's in what position, and how do we get them there. So to wrap this up, keep them from leaving. 1, make sure that we're not underemploying them or mismanaging them. Number 2, if they're stretched to the limit, give them the tools they need to do their job, to do it well. Hey, look, if opportunity knocks, let's make sure we've set benchmarks and give them an opportunity so they know how they can grow in your company. If they hate the boss, we probably want to go back to formula and make sure that they actually want to be employed by you via their integrity, reliability, and work ethic. And finally, hey, keep the drama for your mama. And if got folks that just can't seem to get along, well, then we might want to see what those behavioral reasons are that they're doing that, and then we can move them in the right places. Guys, thanks so much. Have a great day.